Good evening, I'm Wayne Femmel. I'm here with my son Eric. He wants me to introduce myself, so let me do that. I grew up on a farm in rural Wisconsin, went to a one-room elementary grade school, and we worked on the farm. Farm work was hard, but I enjoyed it. I did a lot of manual labor when I was young. Uh, then when I got out of high school, I was a good student, and when I went out of high school, I went to the University of Wisconsin and got a degree in engineering. From there, the Vietnam War was going on, so I enlisted in the Air Force and served there 5 years. After that, I was in real estate for a while, and then I went back to work as an engineer, which I was well suited for. I've been married for 54 years. My wife and I have a very good marriage. We had 2 children, my daughter Robin and my son Eric. My kids and me clashed a little bit when we were young. They were pretty headstrong, and we go through the normal parent, child, teenager period. But right now, my relationship with my children is just fantastic, wonderful. I'm very pleased with that, and I have a very good marriage. Have pretty good health. I got Parkinson's right now, but I'm 76 years old, and looking forward to enjoying my family and hobbies. This is a story that seemed to have an impact on my son. I told him this probably a few times when he was younger, but it relates back to my hometown. First off, let me explain. There was no violence in my family. My dad didn't hit my mom. I maybe got one spanking in my life. We just were a nonviolent household. But I was probably 18 or 19, and we used to go to beer bars and drink beer and have a good time. And this one night, we walked out of the bar, 2 or 3 of my friends, and this man and woman were in a violent fight, and he was pounding her head on the sidewalk. It was something I had never seen, so we broke it up and called the police. And the police came and said, I don't forget what they said, but we're going to press charges. I've never seen a man hit a woman that hard. And the police took us in a car and said, this couple fights quite regularly. You may come back here next week and you'll see them drinking at the bar again together. It blew my mind. I didn't realize that type of abuse and that anger went on in the world. But I learned it did. And I don't know if there's a lesson. Of course there's a lesson here, but what is it? You certainly need to break up fights like that, but you can't interfere in those relationships. That's for professionals to do, and I don't know if those people really want to change. That probably went on for years. I do not know. Practical advice: when you're dating, if 2 or 3 dates you're not getting along, you're fighting over issues, how does anyone expect that to get better as time rolls on? Well, the fights are just going to get deeper and harder, and the resentment's going to build in, and especially if there's any type of forcible action, you got to exit immediately. It just can't work. And when you're dating and you're trying to find a mate, probably you're better off not really looking for a mate, but you're just dating. If you're not having fun the first 2 or 3 months of this dating, this companionship phase, I don't see how that can work. Your pressures are the least you're going to have. When you get married, there's going to be more pressures, more stress, and you have to work your way through those. And if you're compatible and having a good time, it should work. The other thing that's helped me, that I guess I kind of learned on my own, I grew up in a time and environment where it was a male-dominated society. Men made the decisions and supposedly had control of things. I don't know if that's the case, but you have to let go. You have to trust your mate. You have one pot of money, you both make decisions, and you work for the best of the marriage and your family. Well, that pays big dividends in your life.